it all boils down to Snoop. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever had this issue with Dr. Dre?
Never.
Easy?
Never. I still get my dollars and cents checks, and they nice and healthy. Only with Snoop. I don't have this problem with Cypress Hill. I don't have this problem with Busta Rhymes. I don't have this problem with no nigga except for Dog. Because Dog wants to run around and think he's the king of everybody. You ain't the king of me, my nigga.
Yeah.
All right, we back. My expert opinion, the greatest show in the world.
That was great. We
gotta do it one more time.
Man.
My expert opinion, the greatest show in the world. You heard? And because we're the greatest show in the world, I want to give a big shout out to my man Peter over at Brooks. He sent through some exclusives. Now, it's to my understanding that I own a pair, Dutch owns a pair, and Jay-Z owns a pair.
Yeah. It's that adrenaline pack.
And I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
I'm definitely gonna use that.
That's
Look at
it.
these, look at these.
The Brooklyn in me is about to have me owning a pair too.
And
Because Brooks is disrespectful.
yeah, don't worry. We're gonna make it.
I'm about
That's
to
all right there.
Icy.
Icy. Shout out to Brooks. Y'all go out there and y'all support, become a part of this thing, you know what I mean?
Oh, that ain't it. It's 2 boxes.
It's two boxes.
It's 2 boxes.
I'm gonna show them all exclusive.
I'm
I'm gonna show them all exclusive. We're gonna break that down throughout time. Shout out to my man Seth.
How you feeling, family?
I'm great, sir. How are you?
Chilling out here. How you feeling?
Oh man, we very polo of you.
I'm sorry, my apologies. No. I just try to stay fly as I can.
Look, I really want to bring up this.
Go for it, man.
No, because we got a guest tonight
All right.
that has over 4,000 features. He's been around since the creation of Ruthless Records. West Coast legend, Kokane is in the building.
Make some noise. Welcome to the Coast OG.
Man, thank you for having me on.
4,000. 4,000. How does that even happen?
Well, I wasn't thinking about being on all these features,
Right.
I just love what I do.
Right.
And I got to say, love what you do or don't do it at all. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously, I love what I do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you're still doing what you do and making good money. And independently, you've been releasing, let me get the CD. Dr. Kokenstein. And you can only get this from you, correct?
Yes, sir. On my site.
All right. So these songs are not even on DSPs.
Some I make.
Some of them, but not the whole project. Is that that's part of your marketing strategy?
Absolutely. It's only so much you can do with the streaming fuckery. You know what I mean? So I learned a long time ago what Prince was saying with Napster, and I took heed to what he was saying. It's about controlling your independence and autonomy. And, you got to have vision, in order to understand. So I took a back page of what Prince was saying and started, my .com site years ago. And I knew, in an optimistic way, it was going to do something, because it's about mathematics. Everything in life is mathematics. So I wanted to build that up. And, it's about selling to the people as opposed to just selling to Hollywood. So I've always been a people person. And that's where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? So it's doing good for me.
That's
what I mean? It's doing good.
Now, amongst the 4,000 features, who would you say are the 10 most notable names?
Man, it's a lot. Of course, Above the Law, Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, of course, Snoop. I'm on Homies Call. Well, all right, y'all. The Homies Call. Tupac. was my little bro. I mean, Busta Rhymes, Prodigy, Jadakiss. It's just Cypress Hill, Bootsy Collins, George Clinton, Cameo, Larry Blackmon. So,
Wow.
you know, the mystique, you know, is that it's like, wow, you know, all these damn features, but a lot of people didn't know, you know what I mean? Because I was kind of like, you know, Charlie's Angels. You know, you seen Bosley, you seen the Two Angels, but you always see Charlie on the beach, but you never see his face, but he in every episode.
Right.
So I was kind of like that in every episode. And because this is so much of an information age, is that now they get a chance to match the ugly mud behind the voice.
Right.
You know, who really was the one that was a major, you know, influencer
Right.
on the West Coast, and not just the West Coast, just the world in general.
I would definitely say the sound, the G-Funk sound is easily identified as like that West Coast shit.
Right.
And your voice was like it was instrumental to that whole, because if you kind of rewind where us East Coast guys started hearing
Right.
from the NWAs, from the Eazy-E's,
Sugar free.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
How did all that start? Like
I started my career in 1984. I come from musical royalty. My dad is Jerry Buddy Long Sr. I'm Buddy Long Jr. And he was part of the Funk Brothers with Uncle Paul Reiser, all those cats in Motown. I mean, some of the works my dad worked on was songs like Just My Imagination, Papa Was a Rolling Stone, Smiling Faces,
running away with
Still
me.
Waters Run Deep, just a slew of hits. So he introduced the string progression. Without Jerry Buddy Long Sr., it wouldn't really be a Motown sound. Wow. So that's who my father was. And then my uncle was Uncle Willie Hutch. He was real big in the 70s. He did one of the biggest scores ever, which was from the Mac. Brothers gonna work it out.
Brothers gonna work it out.
And he wrote, I'll Be There, I'll Be There for the Jacksons. Just a big, major artist.
How much were you exposed to all that? Like, were you...
Man, I had the cheat code. You know, a lot of people don't know West Coast pioneer Kokane's from the South Bronx. So I had a chance to be born at the Mecca. And my dad worked, a lot with Detroit cats at Hitsville and different other areas like that. And I remember walking into the studio and the running board would look like a mothership. So I was already an alien baby, a star child. And it just had an impression on me at a time to when we were raised in the 70s, we had a chance to mix it up like gumbo. You know what I mean? We had jazz, we had rock, we had soul, and then the coming of hip hop with Cool Rock and Cool Herc.
Right.
It was just like a pot of gumbo. And the good thing about is when you're a ghetto child being exposed to all those different diversities, man, it just hit different.
Do you have any early memories of, like, yo, I was there when they recorded that song, Now the Whole World is Singing?
Oh, yeah. I remember Pops in the studio with Undisputed Truth, who did Smiling Faces. Just a lot of people. But I didn't understand it back then because I was just a shorty. You know what I mean? I didn't understand the politics of the music industry. I was just a baby going, just a star child coming under the Motown, being a Motown baby. And it really didn't hit me, until the early 80s when I really started taking it serious, you know what I mean? So I started my career like 83 or 1984. And I was doing singing and rapping long before your Drakes and long before you this and that. Now, being mindful, of course, you had Slick Rick the Ruler doing it how he doing it. But no one has ever done it like I'm doing, being able to sound like George Clinton, being able to sound like Rick James, Curtis Mayfield, and being able to bust coming from hip-hop. It was different. So I was always doing that, back in the early 80s, man.
What made you take that risk at that time, like with being different with the cadence? Because that's basically a big risk. You know what I'm saying?
Music is powerful when it's on you. When it's in you, and not just on you. You know what I mean? Music is the most powerful influencer it is. And I had the cheat code, man. It was embedded into my 23 chromosomes. You did? It was the power of the P,
Yeah, I was about to say, man, let's get to it, man.
Yeah.
Power of the P out here, man. Pimping.
Power of the P.
He's been out here pimping since pimping, baby.
It was the power of the P.
It's the power. He out here.
16th letter can't get
16th
no better.
letter.
And we cut from that ghetto. We cut from that suppression.
Right.
And back when we was rolling, listening to Stylistics, your Rick James and your George Clinton, that was the soundtrack to gangsters and players' life. When they roll up and they shitty sharp and they on point like Stacey Adams, they would play some dramatics. They would play some of that old school shit. And that had a reflection on my lifestyle, the way I roll.
How do you feel knowing that the exact scene that you just described, now it's your music that they rolling up to?
I'm honored.
They playing your shit now.
I'm honored.
Yeah?
Because a lot of our stuff, brothers, come from the Moors, come from Moorish descent, come out of slavery. You got to realize blues, rock and roll, all these different derivatives of music, came out of slavery. And we are the descendants of that music that came out. So for me to do what I'm doing, it just fit more than the OJ glove. It fit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You didn't have to quit. It was just right. And also my cousin was code 187 from Above the Law. So we were raised around music, on my grandfather's side. His first cousin was Charlie Bird Parker and Della Reese, who played and shot me in my pinky toe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of like, damn, all these different styles and different stuff is the reason why I have so many styles today, because it was like a big pot of gumbo.
Wow. All right. So do you remember the first time you met Eazy?
Yes. My cousin had a group, but formed a group called Above the Law, which was one of the most prolific groups on the West Coast. And back when they came to Ruthless Records in 1989, they was with them in 1988. And there was an individual who was a contributing member of Above the Law named Laylaw. Rest in peace, he's passed. And Laylaw brother was Gomac, who was in the group Above the Law. He was the DJ at the time. So back when they were getting put on, 1989, I did the 3-song demo in Pomona, and they liked my style because they thought I was different. And my cousin, Code 187, coined the name Kokane because he said, when we put you out, when motherfuckers see your shit, it's like warning. Listener may become addicted. They gonna get high off the funk like they on cocaine.
Right.
So that was the whole thing. We wasn't advocating, I'm coming in, I'm selling more crack than Joey Crack. No, it wasn't like that. It was like when you listen to Kokane,
It's addictive.
you're gonna get hooked because he can do this many styles, do that. So once he named me, I did 3-song demo. It didn't take long for me to get signed. When Eazy-E heard it, he was a visionary. See, Eazy-E don't get a lot of credit that he deserves. You know what I mean? But he, in an optimistic way, he was a visionary. You look at cats like DOC, you look at cats like myself, what he did with NWA, he took a chance on all of us and put up his hustle money. Yeah, because he was a gangster, and he put up his hustle money. He gravitated towards what Dr. Dre and them did, and you also got to contribute Lonzo, you know what I'm saying, for doing a lot of stuff too at that time. And they had a place for our type of people to be heard, coming from that suppression we call ghettos. And once he heard me, he was like, man, you're going to be real, real big at what you're doing because it's something that's different to the game, and we niggas for life, and we like the name Kokane. You know, Eazy-E used to be like, yeah, I got the most controversial name in the game, Kokane.
Right.
But he loved the fact that we did our funk, and we didn't want to, you know, talk about Above the Law and Kokane. We didn't want to be called P-Funk babies. So we turned it around and called it G-Funk, and we are the creators of the style of music called G-Funk in '89.
So Nate Dogg is your fault.
Well, Nate Dogg and Snoop Dogg, they auditioned in front of Above the Law and Kokane in 1990 because originally they were going to be Ruthless artists. And prior to that, in 1989...
Wait, let's back that up.
Real
quick. Originally, Snoop Dogg was going to be part of Ruthless Records.
Absolutely. Because in 1989, we used to record at the studio called Audio Achievements, where the NWA studio was at. And Warren G always used to tell us, man, I'm going to bring Nathaniel and Snoop Rock-Ski to the game to audition in front of Code 187 Above the Law and myself.
Snoop Rock-Ski.
Yeah. After the homie, Cool Rock-Ski.
Cool Rock-Ski, right.
So when 1990 came, they auditioned for us in Inglewood. You know what I mean? Cali.
Was it anything that we've heard, or was it?
Nah, I remember them coming through the door in 1990. We just put out Living Like Hustlers, which was a big prolific record, Above the Law. And we just came back from London. The only NWA tour it was in Brixton Academy. It was NWA Above the Law, Michelin, and Kokane. And once they auditioned, we were going to put them on, talking about Above the Law. And that was during the time we were about to create the Niggas for Life project. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm on that project. I'm a co-writer because I wrote Eazy-E's 10 Gangster Commandments on that project, just as well as introducing a character called Sweet Talk. Well, all right, y'all across the USC Compton watch. They don't be known to walk through the shop.
Right.
So we was doing that type of style. And then it was good because Dr. Dre, NWA, all those cats wanted to do something, especially after Ice Cube put out, "Goddamn, I heard y'all said it all." Used to be good.
So we watched, everybody's watched Straight Outta Compton. How accurate was that part of the movie? Ice Cube.
I would say it's about 35%.
What's missing?
It's a lot of shit missing. You got to realize the success of Ruthless Records opened up because of the J.J. Fad record, Supersonic. They didn't really put emphasis on that. And it was just, 35% true. Ain't no way in hell my homeboy Eazy-E was riding down the street looking at somebody's bulletin board crying. That's some bullshit. Well, even Ice Cube been doing recent videos talking about, that was 35, 40% true.
Right.
So going back to 1990 and then going into 91, I was able to come out with a record because Eazy-E was considered on West Coast Russell Simmons back then. He was the first one to really make a big. See, they weren't making no big deals. Even on the East Coast, they weren't making no big deals outside of Russell Simmons. Well, he was considered our West Coast Russell Simmons because he did a deal with Epic Records. It was Kokane, Above the Law, and Poor, Broke, and Lonely, Chris the Glove. And during that time, when I was going to come out, they were scared of the name. So Tommy Mottola, Al Masako, Kenny Camisole, I'm calling out names because I remember. They were scared. The FCC laws was getting down on them. They said, you better not say cocaine on the radio. So that put a bad taste in the people's mouth. I'm talking about our organization, NWA. And it was like, well, come on our record. You know what I mean? Do our record. You know what I mean? And this was NWA. So that allowed me to spread my wings and be a writer on the NWA project. And I didn't care at that time in 91 because it was platinum. And I was like Chuck D, who gives a fuck about a goddamn radio? I'm Kokane and I ain't gonna change the name. God damn it.
You kept the name.
Yep.
Well, you kept working.
Through the years, did it ever cause problems like lost money, lost deals, lost?
Of course. But those doors being shut in my face versus your God-given creativity, lets me know that, hey, I stuck to the right script because everybody wants you to be what they want you to be. But this is a creative business that we in. You can do a Training Day movie and you can do a Malcolm X movie. Ain't nobody telling you to say the Lung Foundation, this is cocaine. When you're cocaine, you don't love this funk. You don't get hooked. So we never did compromise our integrity for the music just because somebody thought I should sound this way. And it was good for me because it allowed me to work hard. It created a safe haven for me to do hooks because of those doors being shut. So anytime I see any upcoming artist out there that is met against your status quo, hey, when corporates come in, hey, I want you to sound like Kumo S1 and do a backflip. And no, we didn't do that because we were the culture, not the culture vultures. The culture vultures wanted me to change, but because we were so integrated and talked the indigenous language of the hood we call ghettos, hey, it's just deeper than just changing my name. This is ingrained into the soil where it's royal, where people can relate, where gangbangers can relate, players can relate, your average day street people can relate, because music is a soundtrack to our life, especially when you come from those ghettos. So in retrospect to that, we never did compromise that at all. You know what I mean?
OG shit. OG shit. I like that.
Now, being a part of Ruthless, what was it like seeing the breakup?
It was heartbreaking. But then we understood, when you talk about the schematics of business and business in general, everything ain't what it cracked up to be. You start off together, and then when money comes in, shit get kind of messed up. You know what I mean? All the time.
All the time, Jack.
All the time.
It's crazy.
But at the same time, we rekindled our business relationship with Eric Wright because we were going to leave because there were discrepancies at Ruthless Records.
What were the discrepancies?
Paperwork.
Where's my money?
Paperwork, different other things that wasn't according to the script in favor of the artist. And we understood it's a double-edged sword. A lot of people talk about Jerry Heller, but then playing the devil's advocate, where would we be without Jerry Heller? Because diamonds are made by pressure. Unfortunately, it's not made by feathers. So we took the good side of what Jerry Heller, because he had the Jewish line to be able to even be heard. You know what I mean? So I like to play the devil's advocate.
How much did that contribute to you guys' success?
Oh, majorly.
A lot.
Majorly. When you look at somebody, you can say, man, he did this and did that. But if that didn't happen, this wouldn't happen. So I don't like to play two sides of the coin, but I also want to play the devil's advocate and say, hey, man, Jerry Heller was an important part of our push, like him or don't.
Part of hip-hop history.
Yeah.
Say what you
because
want.
he had the biggest booking agency ever out of Canada. He booked cats like Led Zeppelin, those cats, you know what I mean, rock and roll cats.
Right.
So obviously, in terms of Hollywood and the structure of where music industry is, the Zionists always ran this shit. Let's just keep it at 100. It's not anti-Semitic what I'm saying. This is the facts. So because we had that Jewish line is the reason why, NWA was being heard, was the reason why Ice Cube has a lane to do what he needs to do. So love it or don't love it, man, you still got to respect it.
Right. But that came at what cost? What was the thing? Okay, Ice Cube,
Well, they lost Ice Cube because Ice Cube is very intelligent. The brother has a degree. He's very intelligent. He spoke the street knowledge. He didn't so much endure, going to jail and like most of us did and different things. But that didn't matter because he was a spokesman, coming from where he came from, 111. You know what I'm saying? In that hood, South Central. And he spoke street knowledge because that's what we used to call our shit. Street knowledge. It wasn't until they coined it, and they, they do us all like that. When in terms of, of white media and type of shit, they figured like, okay,
Gangster rap.
you're a gangster, and the real gangsters is the politicians and the police. It's the biggest gangsters.
Police, biggest gangsters.
But what they did is turn it around, and just like we call each other niggas, we turned that around. So we always had to turn things around and benefit for the advancement of the culture. And it worked, it worked. But when things start getting real messed up, it's just because of the internal part of the schematics of the business. It just started getting real deep, because, when you're in the business, you trust people. But there's no such thing as trust unless you put it on a piece of paper that's in your best interest. And it wasn't in our best interest. So Eazy was going to assemble the group back together, NWA. He was going to get rid of Jerry Heller. I remember the day walking into Calabasas studio, not studio, but the office. And he was, Eazy was on one side, Jerry Heller was on the other. He was like, man, I'm about to get rid of and Jerry was sad. But see, Jerry, let me be very careful. Jerry was taking orders too. There was somebody behind him. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm going to say on that part.
So did Eazy's passing change him getting rid of him, or he left before?
Eazy was going to, in fact, Eazy was out here with Ice Cube trying to make it better. Saying, I'm going to put NWA back together. I'm going to get all of us back together. And then it was my homegirl, Jada Pinkett, because that's our homegirl, before she was with Will Smith. Regina King all used to hang. We used to hang out at a little gay girl club called Peanuts. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna laugh. I was trying to keep it together, but you just did it to give me snort. It's crazy.
But do you get it? It's like wordplay. It's like wordplay.
Okay.
Peanuts.
Peanuts.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it was a club called Peanuts.
Don't say it twice.
And if y'all know, y'all know.
Oh,
you know what I mean? But it was Jada Pinkett. It was Colt 187, myself. The late KMG who passed from above the law, and Eazy-E. And we on Sunset at the House of Blues, Eric Coffin. And he had asthma. We always used to tease him, nigga, go get your shit, right? But something was different. And we all looked at each other, was like, nah, there's something different. So Eric went to the restroom and came back and said, we got to cut this meeting short because we were doing a video off the Uncle Sam's Curse, which is the same Black Superman record is on. We was going to do a video called California. And Eric said he got to cut it short. But I remember, man, Eazy was like, after we left, he was like, look, man, Cope, you going to be dope. He never talked like that, bro. He said, you're going to be dope. And I was like, what's wrong with you, bro? He was like, man, nothing. See, Eazy handled this shit like a G on me. He didn't never let nobody know, hey, man, something going on. So it was like he was saying farewell to us. You know what I mean? And then 2 weeks later, he's in the hospital. And that bugged the shit out of us because you can look at Magic Johnson today. And I could get deep with y'all and tell you, you don't go from HIV to just all of a sudden, you're out of here.
Right.
So something was different. Just put it like that.
Now people, we've heard stories of Suge Knight and the needle.
Right.
Well, Suge Knight didn't have nothing to do with him jabbing the needle, and there ain't no secrets in this game. If you know something, you know something. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, put it like this. When you reach to a certain area or you're trying to make a pivot, you're more worth dead. Put it like that.
You're worth more dead. I heard an artist said that to me over the phone. Somebody was trying to get for an interview, and they was like, I'm staying low.
Yeah.
I've recorded over 3,000 records. I'm worth more now.
Yeah.
You know,
So it was one of those times, but we left it alone. It was one of the saddest times in hip hop history for us, Above the Law, because during that time, Tamika Wright and Ron Sweeney, the old attorney, rest in peace, they were gravitating towards that. And then you had Jerry Heller's side, which I ain't gonna name no names. Yeah, I was about to, but I ain't gonna name no names. They were all, fighting for the rights. And it just left a bad taste in our mouth because we knew, how the Easy be here, coughing a little bit, and he's not here. So
how fast was the progression?
A day. He went to the hospital and then died 2 days later.
Listen,
some shit
No,
like
I
that.
mean like from the.
like we talking here, you coughing, 2 weeks. Get out of here. What that tell you?
It's 2 weeks.
Out of here. What that tell you?
I mean,
Yeah, because listen, they said he didn't have AIDS, he had HIV.
Yeah, HIV.
Right.
It's not the same thing.
so what do you think happened?
So-
if like
I mean,
without
when
knowing-
when you're in the bubble, you know what I'm saying? You know things. And Suge was in the bubble. He knew things.
So for the record, Suge had nothing to do
No,
with that.
hell no. He wasn't that big. You had to be big to do a move like that. Oh, let me shut up.
All right, before we get somebody in trouble, let's move forward.
It ain't like the trouble, because I ain't scared, God is with me. And how I conduct, my mouthpiece, you know what I mean, is just to simply reveal the real and leave it up to the public.
Yeah, but that's
What they
not
think.
how the legal shit work. And they start saying shit like defamation of character.
Yeah, but nobody's been implemented in none of this shit.
Yeah.
We just wanted to make sure that Suge Knight story was not.
Nah.
Was there any truth
Man,
to that?
Suge had power, but he wasn't bigger than the people that had that power.
Now, recently, in the news, everybody's been hearing about this Pooh Shiesty, Gucci Man situation. Pooh Shiesty kind of presenting his paperwork to get out, to not be a part of Gucci Man's label anymore, 1017. It made me think of the stories that we've heard of back in the days.
Right.
Was that the way that Dr. Dre got out of his contract?
I have to plead the fifth on that. And the reason why, there's things that are pending, and some things I have to take a sideline to and let the organic approach tell the real.
Right.
So I have to plead the fifth on certain things, you know what I mean?
I like how it's the organic approach telling the real better than the cameras that these
Yeah.
niggas be having.
Yeah.
That they do all this wild shit. That you just,
Because a lot of shit people do just to get brownie points. And I
Likes.
was there. I didn't have to get no brownie
did
points
Dr.
because
Dre
I
bring
was
his
there.
father and a Draco? I just want to make sure we're on the same page, because I don't even.
Right.
Well, all I'm gonna tell you like this.
Is,
When we was around Dr. Dre, and we did a lot of stuff with Dr. Dre. We influenced him, he influenced us. Let's keep it 100. But we used to be at Audio Achievements, and we used to blow weed in Dr. Dre face. He'd be like, man, I don't want that weed.
the nigga who made the album called The Chronic?
The Chronic. So the maker of The Chronic. Just
But see, the words chronic and ballin' and G-Funk, all that came from Above the Law. Kokane. You go back to 1990, you hear those same words.
Yes, you can.
So we were the influencer over a lot of shit that people didn't know, especially in terms of the media is concerned.
right.
But this is the information age. You can't hide nothing. Somebody know how you farted the other day. It's its own visuals. So, these are different times now.
Before Eazy passed away, he gave us the greatest gift and one of the greatest gifts in hip hop, Bone Thugs.
Right.
Did you ever get to really rock out with the St. Louis?
Of course, man. Bone Thugs and Harmony is in me and Eazy-E video. Any last words? They just got off the bus. Boy, they was wild too. They used to tear up hotels, all kind of shit. You know, they'll tell you now.
Right.
But Eazy seen something different because Eazy was a visionary. You know, we on that gangster shit. Boom, boom. It's just like if y'all on that boom bap shit.
Right.
We didn't know about that. Some of the like, what the fuck is these niggas talking about?
Was
right?
that your response the first time you heard them?
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't understand it.
Right.
But then once it started resonating, I'm like, it grew up on me. I'm like, oh, nah, Eazy on to something.
Yeah, very smart.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And he's like, these guys is going to be like the Beatles. And he was right.
He was right. That E199 album was crazy.
Yeah.
That went insane.
Because that was his second deal. After we left Epic Records, we went to Alan Grunblatt Relativity, and the people that was on there was Above the Law, Uncle Sam's Curse. It was my album called Funk Upon a Rhyme. It was Fat Joe and the Beat Nuts. It was Common Sense, and it was Bone Thugs and Harmony on Relativity Records. Yes, sir.
I'm so glad that we got you in the building, a true West Coaster. You know what I mean? A real West Coaster.
That nigga from the Bronx.
No, he from the Bronx, but he was around. He was
That
around.
nigga from the Bronx. That's from the X.
All right. But what I can say is he's from the organic sound of the West Coast, the origin of it, right? And I always wanted to know, because we spoke about it so many times, what was that MC Hammer era like in the West Coast?
I mean, it was cool because you got to realize, you know, he was selling records. Mm-hmm. It's about mathematics, you know. Him, Louis Burrell, you know, I did some business with Louis Burrell before his brother. It was good. Mm-hmm. See, a lot of people got it twisted. Hammer had gangster. Mm-hmm. You didn't fuck with Hammer. Mm-hmm. You have 100 niggas on your head at your house. You can do all that laughing if you want to, but nigga, you gonna apologize.
Right. Me and my friend had a conversation about Hammer.
No, Hammer's a gangster, huh?
Right.
Here's the
Pumps in
conversation.
the butt, like, nigga, you can laugh if you want to, my nigga, but that nigga fuck you.
Oh, he made a lot of niggas apologize. We won't even have this conversation. A lot of niggas from this coast have apologized.
No, we over here, we respect.
Yeah, the conversation we had about Hammer was is people when they start judging, they don't put it in forms of a metric. Right. So me and my friend was talking. I said, I will tell you that MC Hammer is the best rapper ever. But ask me how I mean it. If you ask me, does he have the best bars? Nope.
Of course.
If you ask me if Hammer was the best dancer ever, I would say absolutely not. Right. If you ask me if that nigga got the bag, found everybody that he loved, took all of them niggas with him, changed 50 to 100 niggas lives, and then rode off into the sunset. Hammer is the greatest rapper ever.
Yeah, in that context, hell
in that context, yeah.
Listen,
look at 30 dancers.
I remember being in Barbados when Hammer came to perform there. The whole island went to that concert.
Wow.
Whole island.
With Hammer pants on.
Yeah.
Ain't playing no game.
Yeah, it was different.
But see, during those times, you know, going back to what Eazy-E, not to change the story, but you know, once Eazy died, it was a sad part in '95, and me and Yella, DJ Yella, we did a song, album called One More Nigga to Go with Scotty Brothers, some gangsters. And once we did that project, it was in 1996, because that was in memory of our homeboy Eazy-E. We had a song called This Is For The E, a real Compton City G. It was at the funeral, everything. And that same year was a special year because I had a chance to, you know, bump into my homeboy Tupac again. Because Tupac was originally hanging around NWA, Above the Law, and us. I got footage of us performing in 1991 with Tupac. He was the little homie. You know what I mean? We all had business relationships through Atrium, who was the manager of Digital Underground at that time. And, you know, we were cool. So once Tupac got on Black Mafia Life, the first time you ever heard G-Funk, he said, I'm from the G-Funk, but you can call it what you want. That was in 1992.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So that was our little homeboy. And going back to 1996, Eazy died in 95. 96, had a chance to link in. And I remember it was me, Spice One, Ant Banks. We just got through doing a song with Big Bro. Ice-T used to live on Sunset Plaza in Hollywood Hills and shit with the Shark Tanks and shit. And we come down the hill, we see this little peanut head driving down the street on Sunset because I had a spot at the Mondrian. And that was Pac. So we pulled to the side. And we was like, Pac, what's up? He was like, what's up, nigga? Pac was wild. You know what I'm saying? He's a firecracker. So he said, man, I want y'all to come, get on my thing. I'm doing this One Nation. I want you, Kokane. At the same time, I'm doing this movie called Loving the Bullet with Jim Belushi. I need y'all there, niggas there. So I remember the night we go follow him. He lived off Sherman Way in the Valley. And then we go in there, Gaddafi's there, all those cats are there. They had a beautiful home. And I'm on the piano playing some shit like, sometimes I feel like my day is coming. Because Pac always liked that life and death songs. That's what type of songs we used to have back in the early days.
Why do you think he liked those songs?
I ain't gonna hold you. Wait, hold on. Jay's over here like I was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jay, you was there?
My cousin.
Yeah. So once we at his house.
Come on, man. You know what it is. You know what it's from my
We at his house,
Yeah.
right? We at his house before we go to Can-Am.
Right.
And he likes that song, so he said, hold on, man, I gotta answer this phone. This bitch calling me. It was Quincy Jones' daughter. He argued with her. He said, I'm tired of this shit. So we all go up to Can-Am studio with a red room and everything. It was me, Edie Amin, Spice One, and we did this song called Fortune and Fame. Fortune and fame, something we all adore. And I remember that night because the engineer was gonna get his ass beat. Because Pac was very serious about his work. You know what I mean? If you didn't catch up, you go to the
What
red
was the
room.
engineer doing?
Oh, he got that shit all the way, right?
Trust me. He fixed whatever it was, right?
Yeah, so the next day, we had a chance to go on 3rd Street to see them filming the Loving the Bullet movie. And he said, I'm about to go to New York and mix it up with Nas and them. Because he wanted to squash the East Coast and West Coast beef.
So he was
That was
saying
the
that
One Nation
before.
project.
Yeah, that's the One Nation.
That was the
I'm
One
on that
Nation
project.
project.
He
Wow.
talks about it too.
Wow.
And then he said, I want you niggas to come with me, you and Chico. Chico is Spice One. And at that time, I had prior obligations in Santa Monica at Scotty Brothers because me and Yella had a record called One More Nigga to Go in 96.
Right.
I said, I can't go, but I'm going to see you niggas after you come back from Vegas. And that was the Mike Tyson fight. That'd be the last time I see Tupac.
Right.
Yep.
You know what you need? You need a documentary. I don't think this is enough.
No, I got a movie and a documentary I'm working on.
Yeah, when I come out, yeah, because I think I need these visuals because you got a lot of film. I heard you mention film a few times. I'm going.
Yeah.
This ain't the DVD. I had started looking to see if it was a little bonus section or something on here. You know, like the old school.
It's a lot of stuff because it's a multi-plethora of things dating back from the Motown. Nobody can tell my story like I tell it. So I'm taking my time like a slow-cooked meal so it can resonate properly and it can be more organic because it's a multi-plethora of things, man.
Yeah. Your family
It's like
tree is
Disney.
kinda,
Right, he started off at Motown.
it's kind of crazy when you think about it. Like
Donald Byrd.
the West Coast sound, the most popular stars. You're right in the mix of them, like.
Right. And see, the mystique them built up for so many years to where now that, I'm backing it up by facts because you can't cap. And people had enough chance to do their fact checking and it came back 100. I think it's a story that's really going to inspire the next generation, because it's dating back from the Motown era to Uncle Willie to coming in the custom gangster rap, which we call street knowledge, to actually being the most featured recording artist on the planet, and to be able to, stand on the real flex, because I've been with my wife since 1984. I mean, I wasn't married that long, but we were married in 1990, and we have 8 kids, 4 boys and 4 girls. So that's the real flex. And my daughter is now, Anissa Long is the 3rd generation of that music great, music royalty. So I thank God, for keeping me alive to be able to tell the story to where, not only it shows the younger audience or those that having a hard time that love what you do, because it will eventually pay off if you stay consistent and stay in a rhythm of positivity. Because a lot of times I wasn't getting paid, but I love music.
Right.
I could have gave it up. I could have been like, nah, I don't want to do that. But because I love this music so much and what it did for me.
You said one more feature.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
One more feature.
It was really like a color perfect.
He don't even he got the bat phone in this shit, the red phone by the bed. That bitch just ring. Like that.
Now, I gotta ask, because, the people that are not familiar with Kokane or may have heard you a million times but didn't know that was you. Being around Dr. Dre, Tupac, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, what would you say was the consistent in their characters that made them a star?
In an equally yoked situation, they love what they did. You know what I'm saying? I used to sit down and talk to George. Same thing with George Clinton, because I got songs with George Clinton. I got songs with Stanley, George Duke and Stanley Clark, brother. I got songs with Cameo. I got songs with Zap. So it's like one thing that we all have to understand is that when you really love what you do, you got to be able to endure the roller coaster rides, because it ain't always what you think it's going to be.
Can you give me an example of the situation?
You could do the moonwalk on Motown 25 and then come behind closed curtain and have arguments with different other people who did bad to you. This game ain't really what you think. It's kind of like the Pinocchio story. You got to look at the Pinocchio story, player. Geppetto was a wooden boy. Not Geppetto.
Geppetto was
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio was a wooden boy, but his father wanted to teach him real boy. But what diverted him from that attention is when everybody was invited to the circus. And when everybody was invited to the circus, they didn't have to do their homework, they didn't have to do their education. But what the next day everybody turned into? Jackass. On an island, on the Epstein Island. I'm telling you some real shit.
Like this stuff.
Right.
I'm telling you.
You already listen.
So all I'm saying is that we love this music, but you don't know what's behind the closed curtains. And I had a chance to see what's behind the closed curtains without it destroying me.
What did you see?
Come on, you see what's going on now. This game is ran by Satan, period. It's ran by Satan. And certain things, just like taxes, you got to do a deal with the devil. Don't you got to deal with your taxes? Where you think taxes come from? I can get real deep. No, but I don't want to lose people.
They need.
Listen.
OG, these people need somebody to talk to.
This is the information era.
Yeah,
it's the information era. We need to know.
All I'm saying is that study people like your Curtis Mayfield, like your Barry Whites. You understand? Barry White was gangster with it. He didn't allow you to put him in the box like all these other weirdo people that get put into a box. He handled his own. And it's just like a sperm cell trying to get to the egg, pimping, all of them don't. Only one do. So you be the one to be wise.
All right, so can you tell us specifically did you witness anything demonic, anything that was like?
Of course, this shit is.
Scary.
This whole shit is demonic. This whole shit is demonic, and it's the sperm cells trying to get to the egg. All of them shot in the pussy hole, but only one realized, hey man, this ain't what it is.
Right.
Does it discourage you? Yeah, but at the same time, it lets you learn from your different other cats that led by example, those that were needle in the haystacks. And it's not to ostracize the whole industry as a whole. No. It's to really, really do your homework, because it's not much more than your talent, than the education that you must have to be able to last this long, dog. So I was at a point where I learned from my father, I learned from my uncle, I learned when they used to tell me it's devils in this, who you think it is this boy, the great whoop-de-whoop is messing with little boys over here, and blah, 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 and all kind of other things. Yeah, but see, sometimes in our culture, unfortunately, we take a blind ear to what it is over here, and then we pick and choose what's evil and what's ain't. And we give passes to a lot of shit.
Not me. I call them all cocksuckers every chance I get.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? It's like the lesser of the, like, so not to get too all, preachy on them. In this game, especially for independent artists, you really have to watch your back, and you really have to soak up the business, before you decide to move and know where you're going.
Do you think artists from that era were purposely pushed into making gangster music?
Of course. There's private corporations, private sector, that know that the biggest form of influence is music. Music.
Absolutely.
Period.
You knew Tupac. You said he was your little homeboy.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel like after a while he was the same person? Did you notice a change in him or a change in his music?
To me, Tupac come from the soil where it's Royal Black Panthers. He could have been a leader, but he was a big follower too. He didn't have to follow. The choices that he made, if I was in that position, who knows? I might have done that too. When you talk about freedom, nobody can, tell you what. I've been locked up. It's something about being behind bars where you just want to be free. Same thing with my brother I told you earlier. He wanted to be free. He did 11,200 days to freedom, my real brother. It's 31 years. So in terms of wanting to get behind, get out the bars, I understood that Tupac didn't want to be behind those bars like most of us won't. But he was used by example to be able to know what to do and to be able to learn what not to do, not in a bad way, because he did more in his lifespan than anybody could do in their own lifespan.
Because that crushed me, bro. Like the impact was so huge, but the time was so short, bro. Like they didn't even really have a life.
And when you look back and you think about the age that they were, what was accomplished in between that time.
Yeah, and it's crazy because we were all having things in our 20s. I mean, our oldest CEO was Eazy-E at 27 years old. We were babies. And that's where, the lifestyle comes from. You got to remember, gangbanging and all that stuff, we were babies. We were kids that started gangbanging. We didn't know nothing. Now that when you get older and you're blessed enough to not be in a pine box as the same circumstances that you did more than your mans and them is in there, you start to realize you just don't get gray hairs to your chin, but you get it to your spirit, though. Yeah. I know it's getting deep.
Listen,
there's a lot to say.
We got a legend in the building. This is what we here for. This is what we here for. Oh man, where do you go from there?
So in this situation with the Snoop thing, you know, we squashed the funk in 1999 because he know where it came from, the source. It came from us. You know what I mean? And we were heavily influenced on, you know, Snoop, the whole thing over there. And we squashed it, and he said, I want you to come back over here because I'm starting a new group called the Eastsiders. And this was in 1999. He said because, you know, one hood was beefing against the other hood. You know, Trady was different from Goldie Loc and Snoop. They was from the Duh. And he started this Eastside. He said, man, Kokane would be good over here with his particular sound that we were all influenced by. And when I went over there in 1999, we squashed the funk like brothers is supposed to. And we developed another great relationship. You know, he did the Bitch Please, gave me a chance to reconnect with Dr. Dre because I sung LA Niggas on the Chronic 2001, which happened with Diamond. It's a good thing. And then
talk that diamond talk.
Talk that diamond talk.
And then it was just good over there, you know. And then early 2000, I had a chance to link in with P. Diddy, do something on the Saga because I'm on that project, and Busta Rhymes, and so many great hits that came out of that from 1999 after me and Snoop linked back in to about 2005, I would say. Yeah. And it was just good over there. The only thing that wasn't, that started to crumble is that he made a big deal with MCA, which later would have to file Chapter 11, you know, bankruptcy or whatever. Right. But it was a group he was putting together after we had success with the Eastsiders and the Chronic 2001, the Last Meal. And because I wasn't a signed artist, I was a free agent. Actually, I was out in New York with D and them who had the accident. Before he had the accident with the Rough Riders, I was out there with Prodigy. I was soul searching. I was like, man, I'm hot. You know what I'm saying? Right. During that period, 1990. I'm like, shit.
How many features did you do that year?
Dog, you slow, bro. I was like, Snoop, you slow. So I remember he called me. He was like, man, we had an argument. That's me. That's my insulin pump. Don't worry about that. The dog was like, Snoop was like, man, come on, man. Because I was about to do something else. You know what I'm saying? But he convinced me, you know, that's something about it, man. I'm loyal, man. If I'm loyal to you, I'm loyal, bro. And,
what was the initial issue?
Because I came out here with Mark Breezy to link in with Jay. Me and Jay-Z met up, Damien. We was going to do some business. And I had all them records and shit. I was hot, son.
You telling me you was almost... You telling me you was almost...
Yeah, almost.
You was almost rocking for...
Yeah. A lot of people don't even know that. Mark Breezy from Priority can tell you that. Even Jay can tell you that.
So, all right, so walk us through it. With the Eastsiders, we kind of skipped past, you know, Snoop leaving Death Row, Dr. Dre leaving Death Row. What were the vibes around that time? Because it seemed like, you know, you kind of stayed in the mix of all of it.
Right.
Right.
Because everybody was buddies.
So it wasn't crazy like how, you know, people on the other side, we're seeing all this shit. We're like, what's happening over there?
Well, we
just got California
after
love
Eazy
now.
died,
Yeah.
and then Suge was going to jail and all that. You know, in 1997, I came out with a project called Mr. Kane, featuring Too Short, Short Chop, Yo Who's Who, and I was with some cats called Street Institute from Pomino Block Crip, real heavy hitters. We was messing with Booyah Tribe, all kind of people, and Battle Cat. And Snoop started his company because he wanted this to be the breakout record after No Limit. because his sound changed
When he went to
when
the
he's No Limit.
Right.
Right.
But when he got with Kokane,
Except for that last
it
meal.
got back.
Except for that last meal.
So it got him his crown back. You know,
and
you
were on 9 joints.
I was on 9 joints.
Right.
I was only supposed to do 2, but the sound was so incredible. We just kept it going.
Yeah, it was
like,
you know.
He was like, shit, Stacey Adams, Wrong Idea, Pump Your Brakes, Go Away, all those hits.
Bitch
really.
Please was on that too, right?
Who?
Not Bitch
No.
Please.
No.
Lay Low.
Yeah, Lay Low. All
And
that. And I'm in the video too.
And that was kind of like the Dr. Dre coming back into the picture.
Yeah.
Because people wasn't really feeling the
Louisiana.
the Manny, not Manny, but that
No
sound
Limit
in Snoop.
type of sound.
No Limit.
Because that
No
really
Limit
wasn't
sound in
sound.
Snoop. It
I'm not
wasn't-
hating on it. I like fuck them other niggas because I'm down.
Yeah, that shit was
That was
right.
cool.
Because
it wasn't
on that
his-
record, he was Snoop
wasn't
on that
his
record.
sound.
Yeah, but he still was able to be Snoop on that hitter record. You know what I'm saying?
So when you think in terms of like what me and Snoop did on that 6-year period, he done the most songs with me as an individual artist, and I done more songs with him, over 100 songs, and everything was cool. The upfront money, you know, you get advanced the money, which is recoupable off the royalties. I know my business.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was good. And then, you know, once 2006, Chapter 11 MCA filed bankruptcy, he was supposed to give me, cash me out some money to be a part of it. We had a project called Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Kane, had Ludacris, Jazzy Faye, Yo Who's Who, Lil Jon, all kind of people on there, right? But he let it go to the wayside, so I had to give him an inducement letter because he was in breach of contract. When I got word over there that he dropped me, you know, niggas loose lips or whatever, that wasn't the case. I left because he wasn't doing nothing with me. You know, he took the money. I mean, I ain't mad at you from MCA. If you file Chapter 11 and you get what you go get, man, I'll knock your hustle. That's money to your pocket, but where mine's at?
Right.
So I left. I had to wait a whole year to get off the record. And then 2006 and 7, I had a altering change with my life. I did a little punk ass county lid, and I heard on my bunk, like God said, move, inshallah, Allahu Akbar, and I listened to the voice. And I just moved. I moved out of Cali to a place I didn't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? And that was Seattle. And I didn't know nobody hardly out there except a couple people I was doing business with called High Powered. But he turned everything around. I'm talking about the Most High. Allah walked by, turned everything around for me, man. And I was still going doing stuff with Snoop, going back, knowing that he owed me on the last meal.
Right.
Because I've never received one royalty check out of all the songs I ever did from Mr. Great Calvin Brothers.
To this day?
To this day.
To this day, I'm fighting for it right now. That's the reason why, you know, everything is about timing. You know, I always enjoy making records with Dog because we had one of the coldest chemistries ever.
You guys would go way back.
Yeah, come on. He auditioned for him. He was a fan. You know what I mean? I mean, it's big homie in the game.
Right.
But when money's come in, you know, things go different. And I'm out there in Germany just recently, like last year. And, you know, I'm out there handling my business, getting my money. And I'm throwing back Jaeger bombs and shit in Germany and shit, just chilling. Right. So my homeboy Big Steel at Gangster Chronicles, you know, Daz just recently came out with his thing. And he asked me the question, what do you think about Daz? And I said, the brother has some validity to what he's saying because I don't know what it's like to get a royalty check from Snoop Dogg, period. Now, the paperwork is cool, the this and that, but the problem was over the years I was having a battle with him diminishing percentages rights, not even registering the songs properly and all these typical games that I know all too well what people do to try to swipe your shit.
But Okay,
So what
this
does
is
he
me
say when
playing
you ask for the money?
No.
Like when you ask him, like, bro, because I know y'all talk.
No, well, certain things in the court of law I can't say to the public because I'm not stupid.
Right.
Certain things I will say. And the reason why people say, well, why you wait too long? It has no such thing to wait too long. If you're bold enough to steal my stuff, I'm bold enough to go to the court of public opinion. And that's the reason why we're talking about the Epstein Diddy list, because of the whispers in court of public opinion. We living in different times now. I use that to my advantage. It is not really to assault the brother or to go ahead and out him out. You know, it's to simply raise the question that you cannot hide behind things that ain't true. And it's like the way I do business right now is that it's gonna get so ugly for you to where I would want you to come to me and settle. But if you don't settle, it's okay. Because I'm already got my business people prepared to do what they're gonna do.
All right, I gotta play a devil's advocate because throughout the years, hearing all the situations that have happened with artists, how much of this is actually the artist doing, and how much is it the business doing?
Well, it can go into many directions. And in my case, the brother has had ample time to go ahead and get things correct. Now, a lot of that stuff has to do on what you do, you know, registering the stuff properly and different other things. I've been doing that.
But the people
Who do these things?
who
Right.
do these things.
I don't think Snoop is the one that files any paperwork or puts
Yeah,
anything.
It
I
doesn't
got
matter.
that.
It
I understand what you're saying.
it
That you
doesn't
spoke
matter.
to him, he was supposed to speak to his people.
It doesn't matter when you're at the top. You're the pyramid. The other one, you're at the pyramid. So whether you know, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, what about the last meal?" No, I'm on a plethora of valuable songs that don't have nothing to do with No Limit, Last Meal. Paid the cost to be the boss, Malice in Wonderland, all these other records, 220, the East Side of records. I didn't get paid. Now I tell you, one person that got paid is Straight E, but he handled his business a different way. I choose to handle my business the way I'm handling it.
How many did wait? So this is Snoop from Death Row, No Limit.
No, it
and-
don't have
No,
nothing
no.
to do with Death Row. I don't have nothing. I'm
Yeah.
talking about when I came in 1990,
He was on what label?
1999.
He was on
He was on No Limit.
No Limit. Okay.
Right.
So therefore, I know I'm eventually have to come after this and that, but that's not for the public. That's for my business administration and my lawyers and my auditors and everything else,
Right.
which I have on point.
And that's a business situation.
That's a business, but
What is your personal with Snoop like?
He did a song with the nigga right after he owed him the money.
absolutely, I did
Right.
songs.
Songs, right?
Because I play chess, not checkers. You understand? It's like, okay, I even got him on tape talking about, you on songs that you don't even know that I grabbed. You said that. I didn't say that, dog. You can go right now and look it up where dogs say, I'm on songs that you don't even know that I'm on. And there's things that I find out as far as from a licensing point of view where he took the credit, took the percentage, say, Kokane don't own none of this. There's a lot of things that I just can't say right now, but for the most part, the story is that he owed me royalties. And yeah, I have some of the percentages that are there, and then some of the percentages that are not there, some of the percentages that I'm fighting on, and some things that I have to specifically audit him on. But the bottom line is, he knew he owed me that. He knew he owed me that. He was talking a good game on Drink Champs 2 years ago. I'm going to give everybody their publishing back like Donald Trump.
Don't do the voice like that. don't do the voice like that.
I'm going to give everybody and you know what? That's all cap. And my thing is, no nigga, no man is bigger than the program. I don't care what you do. Now, if Snoop was to suddenly have a miracle day and say, man, I'm going to make it not just right with me, I'm going to make it right with everybody. he don't know that will put him in a different trajectory, because you're doing the most humblest, solid thing you can do is make it right and say you was wrong.
Yeah, just fix it.
Just fix it. But because Pharaoh, that was hardened by God's heart, decides to hold Moses and Aaron's people, he don't want to let his royalties go.
You out here trying to take niggas' firstborn babies. All right, let's, you know what?
But now do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Look here, Pimpin', it's like only more plagues because you reap what you sow, and karma's a motherfucker. And it's like, I don't take away his credibility for helping people, because ye cast the first stone without sin. Where would I be just ostracizing this man? I'm not here to bash his character. Do you know how much horrible shit you hearing on Dog right now? If it's true or not. You don't hear me one time saying, well, the nigga stick a gerbil in his ass and doing whoop-de-whoop off the whoop-de-whoop-whoop. No, I'm not here for that. I'm not getting emotional on that, Pimpin'. All I'm saying is that accountability is for everything, and you are not bigger than the program. Yeah, you, Snoop. You not bigger than the program. And if you was to be a man about it and man up and say, how can we make this right? I'm telling him, if you're so egotistical, or use it for a goddamn ego, it will put you in a different trajectory. You understand? But because you decide to harden your heart and don't let my royalties go, like Moses don't let his people go. I mean, Pharaoh don't let Moses' people go. You only go, no matter what, how many plagues are thrown on you, you think you right, and you not.
When was the last time you guys had a conversation?
I haven't talked to him in about 3 years. I disassociated and followed him because I did a song with him called Smut on My Name. Never put no smut up on my name. And he was supposed to shoot me some chump change. I said, I agree with it, but you got to do something in turn with my daughter in knowing that we can go ahead and clean this shit up. Man, he just all of a sudden just, Casper, the friendly ghost. And I got paperwork on him. Man.
So he don't want to give nothing.
All right. Allegedly, could this be one of those situations where there's someone in the background?
I don't know. It stems to Snoop. I know it's different things that I have to go through because people sold this rights to this. It all boils down to Snoop. Right. Mr. Calvin Brodus, get with your people. Let's sit down like businessmen. Let's don't have this attitude that, right, hey, boo, I'm bigger than you, or you bigger than me, or you trying to embarrass me. Nah, I'm not here to get personal in the context of where I'm emotional. I'm not emotional. I'm very calm about what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever had this issue with Dr. Dre?
Never.
Easy?
Never. I still get my dollars and cents checks, and they nice and healthy. Only with Snoop. I don't have this problem with Cypress Hill. I don't have this problem with Busta Rhymes. I don't have this problem with no nigga except for Dog. Because Dog wants to run around and think he's the king of everybody. You ain't the king of me, my nigga.
Wait a minute.
It's crazy. It just don't sound like the Dog, right? It's like
pass over that.
It's not for me to say.
No, it's deep, because you don't. When you look at Snoop, you just don't think that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then with the history y'all got and how much y'all have done together, it's like you would think I would want my brother to have the, you know.
On GP, you got to look at it. Snoop got lucky. Snoop didn't have shit. He signed up with Power 106. They was flat broke. Nigga didn't have nothing. Master P said, nah, nigga, we gonna do this. So in retrospect to that, you should have learned. Like, where I come from, if my mans and them come out from the yard, I'm just like, nigga, wow, nigga.
Right.
Niggas ain't cut like that. I respect that if you ain't cut like that. But at the same time, you can't blackball me. I don't care. Hey, don't mess with you because truth prevails, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm telling my truth. It's not about shitting on him. It's not about embarrassing. It's about opening up dialogue in the court of public opinion, which is very powerful. Because we wouldn't be talking about the Diddy Epstein list if we didn't have court of public opinion. Right. Trust me when I tell you that.
So right now, this is what's going on in the socials? This Snoop Dogg owes you money thing?
Absolutely. He owe me my royalties. He never paid me my royalties. He making it hard for me to get my little punk-ass percentages, not outside of the percentages, like raindrops falling. That's Rolling Stones. They're going to eat that up.
How long has all this been going on?
It's been going on a long time. I've just been playing stupid.
Now,
for people who think I'm stupid.
When was the first time you made a statement publicly about him owing you some bread and all of this?
I just now did it after the Daz interview.
After the Daz interview?
Yeah, because I was going to do that anyway. You know what I mean? And timing is everything. I'm calculated. You understand? And when Daz spoke, I understood what it was for. You know, he's trying to take everybody's shit so he can go ahead and sell that shit for $1 billion.
I thought he was trying to buy all of his shit back. I thought he just got like Death Row and all the rights to a lot of his records.
You thought wrong, but then why did Daz talking about like he talking? Right?
I try not to.
I'm trying to explain something to you.
So you're saying Snoop's motivation to acquire Death Row was so he could sell his own catalog?
Manipulate everybody to come back around. We all we got. We all we this and do contrary. It's like I put up a post and I said, nigga, you brag about $100 million and don't count your pocket, but everybody in your crew ain't even got over $1 million, nigga, except for a couple people who kind of did it without you.
And that's why MC Hammer is the greatest rapper on earth.
You goddamn right. You goddamn right. You goddamn right.
Yo, it's a lot to digest. We're going to take a 5-minute break.
We're ready to go. First of all, let's get that on there right there.
And if you flip it,
let's get that right there.
You got to crack it. That's crack cocaine. Yeah, there you go.
Now, you're a Brooklyn nigga. You give you something, you don't get that shit back. This is mine. Okay? You don't even own a CD player. You own an Xbox.
I got a PlayStation.
Right, like I said. I actually have a CD player. It does one thing.
What's that?
Just make music.
Wow.
Remember when you walk in a nigga crib, you was a kid,
37
and
joints.
the moms had the Technique record, and they had the amp, had the, you know what I'm saying? They had the component set. And you be like, damn, family got some bread. If you walk into a nigga crib right now and seen all that shit, you be like, what kind of homo is this? This
wild.
out here collecting antiques.
Fuck nigga got an amp in here for.
Got an amp.
Fuck you got an amp for.
Got an amp in your crib, man.
That used to be the shit.
Yeah, facts. Don't turn it up too high. You bust a speaker.
What? Shit in there like this. I'm speaking like this in that bitch.
How many times you seen the black tape on the speaker?
Every time. Every time the fish in that bitch like this. Look like you done killed grandma goldfish.
Reading the credits and reading everything.
You know what?
What? All the shout outs, everything.
You know what the problem is they don't, I told y'all before, they don't get to own shit. You don't get to own shit. Not having the credits, like, it was different when I could buy a record. The reason I know who he is because of the album jackets.
Yeah.
Word to my mother.
Nigga, it was fun reading the records. Right. Nigga, who did
who
this?
That nigga said
read the cereal box, nigga, before you watch the Kung Fu Theater.
Right.
Come on, man. They don't do shit like that.
I know, like reading, that shit is gone. We got to get that shit, bring that shit back.
They don't like to read. This generation is dumbed down as fuck.
Bruce Lee right at the Soul Train. I mean, hey, Seth, Bruce Lee right at the Soul Train. You watch Soul Train and Bruce Lee coming on fucking people up. You feel coming in fucking everything up.
I got a movie idea, but I need somebody to fuck with me and we could really shoot this one.
What's the idea?
Boom. We need to shoot.
Boom.
When a New York cat says boom.
Shit about to be crazy.
All right, boom.
Boom. We gotta do it. Listen, hold on. When y'all hear it, especially you two.
It's a great idea.
Y'all ready? Hold on, here we go. Listen.
Boom. All right, boom.
We gotta do the prequel to The Last Dragon, the story of Show Nuff. Now what? I don't hear shit. Niggas quiet out this motherfucker. Everybody like this.
No, you know what I got to say?
Good. What you think, huh?
You know what I got to say about that?
What happened? Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Seth,
about.
you know what I got to say?
But you know what's crazy about that though?
Shit was fire.
As successful as that movie was, it was in a part 2.
That's why we could do it.
But we got 3 ninjas. The fuck?
What country do you think you live in, nigga? We are a small percent here.
Yeah, I ain't want to be like 3 ninjas. I want to be like the golden
Exactly,
child.
man.
You know what? I be hating
No,
y'all.
not the
niggas.
golden
fuck
child,
with
man. The
3 ninjas
last
at all,
dragon.
man.
When that
I
nigga
was
started
like-
doing this shit, I was in the house.
You like 3 ninjas?
Nah, I ain't like 3 ninjas. Nah, I was in the other shit.
Well, I got you. I mean, man, listen, man, what you miss the most, baby?
Licking the bowl after Granny cooked
After
the
Granny
cake.
cook, yeah.
That swipe,
First one.
that swipe.
Our nigga cousins would get mad. We would have fights, all that. Nigga, you lick the ball, nigga. Yeah, nigga, I lick
know
the
what,
ball,
man?
nigga.
The bowl.
That shit, I flash back
Yo,
right now,
that's
man.
crazy.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
After Granny cooked the cake,
You be
nigga,
like, oh man,
ODing.
just that.
all on your
Oh,
face.
yeah, you out here with the drink.
Straight up,
It don't matter. That was that shot. Yeah.
straight up.
What you miss, Math? What you miss?
Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday morning cartoons.
Hannibal Barrow.
Yeah.
What you miss, Seth?
Me, the most? I miss watching my mom's clean up. Like every Saturday morning, she used to put on like Stephanie Mills.
Yeah.
And like just clean
Nah, it was
the
Sunday for
whole
me.
house.
Yeah.
It was Sunday for me.
And there was this one song my grandma would play. I'm coming up on the rough side of the mountain. And I'm doing my best to make it in. I'm in there like this. Grandma started me with that fucking
Negro spiritual song.
I'm getting it.
Getting it, yeah.
Nah, my grandma was lit. She used to play Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoom.
That's what I'm talking about.
Bro, we had a floor model TV, right? My uncle, he did a lot of time in jail. This nigga took a fish tank and put it inside the floor model TV. That was the decoration in grandma's house for over 15,
Listen,
16
you know what?
years.
And your grandmama, when she came in, she said, "That's nice, baby. Keep that water clean." And motherfucker, Flacos and shit in there
it was
cleaning
big.
the walls.
But you know what I missed though? I ain't gonna lie. Cookouts.
Me too.
Word.
Grandpa
I
send you to that trash can and go get that beer all the way at the bottom of that
Yeah.
motherfucker in your arm.
And you always have
Hypothermia.
one auntie that claim all the food and then cook it. Granny cooked it.
Word.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Granny cooked all the food.
Last time I went to a cookout.
Word.
You niggas don't throw cookouts no more?
What's up with that, man? Yo, we gotta have a cookout.
Yo, you know what?
ready, y'all
Official.
Yeah, y'all ain't gonna talk all this shit and not have nothing.
Listen,
My
You know what I
birthday,
got?
June 15th. We can have a cookout on my birthday, June 15th.
15th.
No, it's ready. Let's do it.
Yo, we should
Bang,
throw
bang. Right back there.
Yeah.
I want to definitely mention Brother
Yo,
Sketch
oh yeah,
off
this
the
is
Buffalo.
what's good, brother? This is my
How you
peoples right here. Go ahead. He might, right? No.
Nah. You're a good guy.
We got a project. Well, he got a project. It's incredible. Called Silent Bollywood Compilation 38 Special, Cormega, Devin the Dude, Me, Corrupt, Burner. Who else?
Hold on, we in the wrong chair. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Come on,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this nigga offered me weed, gave me the blunt this big, and said, "You finish it." It's my peoples here.
Salute the Buffalo. Buffalo in the building.
You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. He said, however cold you is, he 10 degrees colder.
Word.
Got Styles P. Working on getting them on P right now. We got Fat Cat, Guilty Simpson. Shout out to them, man. P Rock. Who else, man?
Devin the Dude,
Will Flush.
Salute the homie.
Christopher Williams.
Salute the homie.
Christopher Williams.
Yeah.
Christopher.
This ain't Christopher.
Wow.
Don't wake me. I'm dreaming. Nah.
Put that together. together, man.
That's fire.
Yeah, something fire with that.
Oh, you doing
That's
records.
Yeah, I'm a producer. Yeah.
For sure.
That's fire. That's fire.
And then the new record he's working on, which you doing the DJ contest too, is the record with him and Project Pat. It's a record called
so
Fired
you
Up.
gotta,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Fired up, Project Pat, yeah.
Yeah. So
How do you feel about Buffalo becoming a staple in hip hop?
I feel good, man. You know, it's a rough city, man. It's a real rough city, man. And not a lot of, talent come out of it. We had Rick James, a couple people and stuff. Brian McKnight.
Yeah, you can't say those two things together. I just want you to know. We don't got a lot of people coming out of there and they say Rick James and Brian McKnight. Yeah, I mean,
Grover T. Washington.
nigga, what?
Right.
In Brazil, shout out to them boys too.
Yeah.
Killing shit.
Super salute. Super
Yeah.
salute.
Plus you got the East Siders, Corrupt. Speedy recovery to Corrupt.
Right.
Just incredible, and that's what I like. It ain't where you from, it's where you at.
So
it's
wait,
like,
you got shit right now on like the DSPs? Wait, what are they called?
Not right now. I'm still, finalizing and stuff. We still got a couple more checks.
well, you got the East Siders, the one you did with the East Siders.
All right,
Well
okay.
Connected is out.
Called Well Connected.
Well Connected is out right
Well
now.
Connected is
Yeah,
out right
that
now.
shit is
out right
dope
now,
as
East
fuck. I'm gonna show it to you too.
Right.
Yeah, Fired Up is out. The record is out. We're about to drop the video soon, like probably next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
So what's the
I don't be
platform?
liking niggas that look like murderers to be humble when you talk to them. I got all my shit everywhere.
For sure, good.
Got the
What's the for the people
he
who
got the
don't
unity
know?
thumb. He got the unity.
This is this right here.
He ain't playing.
That's my kid right here.
He ain't playing. So what's the for the people who don't know, what's the platforms that they need to go to? What's the name of the Instagram, the Facebook, everything that they need to know?
I just got Instagram right now, the real Skitso all together. TheRealSkitso and buddyboy.com.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Only two
Dope.
places.
All right. He said I got Instagram just now. He got a burner account.
What I love about him, man, is that, like I said, your attitude determines your altitude. It's like you could be dope all day but be a piece of shit, arrogant.
Right.
It's like, nigga, take the Fifi bag and go to jail with it, nigga. You know what I mean? Him, he listens, and it's good to listen to people that lead by example, not a sample. You know what I mean? It's cool for me to be a Michael Jordan, but it's exceptional when you can put a Kobe Bryant on the court. He's the Kobe Bryant to me.
Dope.
No,
So yeah.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you.
Dope.
Now
Clap
I
it
better
up
do
for
my
that.
shit.
Is there anybody else on the radar that you've been like, yo?
Yeah.
my daughter, Anissa C. Long. It's
I heard
about
the joint
that, man.
earlier.
And you go play Fuck What You Going Through.
Yeah.
You
you
gonna
sent
get her
me
on
that.
some of your shit too.
That fuck what
And,
you going through.
It's beautiful when you get a chance to put the next generation on, because it's not about, you just hoarding this shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I believe one soul is measured what you do for others, not what you do for yourself. So it's exceptional when you have cats like Skitso, my daughter, or whoever have that right attitude to be able to say, hey man, I'm willing to learn, you know what I'm saying? And not have so much of the Jacquees approach to the Keith Sweat, but mostly to the Mr. Miyagi, to the Danielson. Wax on, wax off. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what they able to do, because it's not enough about your talent. Fuck your talent. What your attitude is, how your character is, what you able to learn from people to lead by example. Those are the most prominent people that are able to have success and set the goals. Because plans change, but when you set goals, it's not really a relay race, it's more of a marathon. And I can see a marathon doing business with the younger generation that had the right attitude. Right. Feel me?
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
That makes sense.
You're supposed to be teaching more of these young guards. You're not supposed to be just having And you should have an academy at this point in time.
Man, because you know, it's we forgot about that because of the internet generation. It's a pecking order. Elders, you have ancestors. It's like, come on, man. You have to consult the wise counsel and ancestors, but at the same time, it's not all on the youngsters. It's accountability for the OGs because some of the OGs conform to that bullshit and they don't lead by example.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you can't say all the youngsters. You got to have accountability for the OGs. And I can speak for myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here to give it. I'm here to support you. But you got to have the right attitude like Mr. Miyagi to Danielson. Wax on, wax off.
Willing to learn.
That makes sense.
How do you feel about the artists, the new artists today?
There's a lot of talented artists out there, but they get muttered down by your gossip-orientated business because we got away from the authenticity of real good music, lyrics, bars, and everything, and replaced it with drama. Drama, soap opera drama, all this shit ain't got nothing to do with music. You know what I mean? And I think the culture is getting back to the authenticity of real good music, how music is made, how storytelling is very important because people got away from storytelling. Storytelling, man, what made hip hop? Because we told a story.
A beautiful
story.
Right.
And along the way, because of corporate greed or whatever it may be, you know, we lost our way, but now we getting it back. You know what I'm saying? Because all you need is just a few good people back against the wall. We can fight everybody. We're going to win tall. You know what I'm saying? So I think even when we are at a few, we are the many. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's very important for us to stay consistent in that rhythm. You know what I mean? Don't do it as a fucking one-off, yo. You know? Treat this shit like gospel. I treat hip-hop, I treat music like the gospel, homie. Because it's a part of help, it saved our life, man. And if we think it's just something that's here to stay and gone without you gravitating, then that means legitimately you never did have the passion for this music in the first place.
People love money, they don't really love hip hop.
Yeah.
Drop something. Juice! Dr. Kokane, where can we get this?
You can only get that on my site at www.budemusic.com. That's www.bude is in Eric, BOYmusic.com. And you can go ahead and get that. You know, people still believe in tangible shit as opposed to digital Terminator shit. People believe in putting music down as opposed to AI shit. And you can go ahead and get that. And I don't need 100,000 people. All I need is 10,000 people to continue to buy that.
Let's get it. We need 10,000 people out here. I need 1 million of y'all.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
And make sure you go get Schizo, man.
No, we're going to get Schizo. As soon as he tells us where we can find him at, the next east side of
Yeah, he got some shit. And then be on the lookout, y'all, for that feature, man. Math Hoffa and Kokane. Kokane and Math Hoffa.
You heard?
It's going to be incredible.
Let's get it done.
Shout out to my motherfucking boy, African Rob. Shout out to everybody at the Math Hoffa crew. This is what we do. We fellowshipping. It's real, no cap. That's what it is.
It's Hoffa. Trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapping.